We have some breaking news. If you do recall, going into the season, the conversation was Kyler Murray gets a new contract.
Yep.
Kyler Murray needs to watch more film. The Arizona Cardinals are going all in to try to win a Super Bowl. Now, if you watch the Arizona Cardinals play against the Seahawks, if it wasn't for a blocked punt touchdown, they have 0 touchdowns against the Seattle Seahawks defense. Now, I understand the Seahawks offense is supposed to be fantastic, number 1 in the league. They weren't that proficient either. So maybe the Cardinals defense can hang their hat on that, but nonetheless, the offense is fucking abysmal to watch. You got a young, offensive guru head coach in Cliff Kingsbury who just signed a new deal with the Cardinals. He's going to be there for a while. You got Kyler Murray, who's the new offensive project that every team is trying to get. Mobile, can throw the ball, seems to be incredibly likable, is popular. This seems to be the quarterback. If you're going to try to build a franchise, especially one in the 4th largest city in America, in Phoenix, this is the perfect guy. You put those two together, it seems like you got fucking magic. You got an owner that spends money, you're going to be good. But they didn't have D-Hop for 6 weeks, so they thought, how are they going to be better for the first 6 weeks as opposed to what they were at the end of the season last year when D-Hop was out with an injury. They fucking sucked without him. So now, for 6 weeks, are they going to be able to figure out how to be a team without him? They haven't. He's coming back. Will that change anything? I don't know. They look boring, but they have made a trade. That is right. As of this morning, the Arizona Cardinals have traded for Robbie Anderson, the wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers, who got kicked off the field just yesterday. With the addition of Robbie Anderson from Carolina and D-Hop coming back, will that be enough to make this Arizona Cardinals offense that has been boring and stale and terrible become good? AJ, your initial thoughts to hearing about this trade? I'm happy for Robbie Anderson. He said, there are some codes, basically, that I grew up on. I'm a man first, and that respect is mandated. So him and the wide receiver coach did not get along. Him and the head coach, I guess, did not get along. There was some shit probably said or actions that happened that made Robbie say, fuck this place. But now he's got a new home in Arizona, and they need to figure it out. Does this help him? I think, obviously, yes. AJ, how do they get him involved?
I think it helps everyone involved. It helps Robbie Anderson. He gets out of Carolina, a place obviously having some issues with. They're not winning football games. He goes to Arizona now with Kyler, gets a new life. And then D-Hop's coming back. I mean, if you're Kyler Murray and you're Cliff Kingsbury, you got to be pretty excited about adding these two weapons now.
Here's what Robbie tweeted to Ian Rappaport's ice cold, thank God, fingers crossed, to the moon.
That's right.
Boom.
So Robbie's pumped.
He's elated.
Robbie seems like he's bumped.
Here we go.
Robbie's happy. Back in the day, and I hate that we always have to bring this up, but back in the day, that situation happens with Robbie Anderson yesterday and the head coach. The rest of the NFL says this guy, untouchable, fucking can't do it. But there's numerous situations now over the past few years that in recent history of the NFL, guys and GMs and people that are in positions of power have said, it didn't work there, but that don't fucking mean shit to us. We can make it work here. Worked great for the Rams last year with Odell Beckham Jr. Is Robbie Anderson going to Arizona enough to shift that culture offensively and to become something great with D-Hop coming back at the same time? Why not? It's Overreaction Monday. Fucking good for Robbie. Good for the Cardinals. They fucking are terrible to watch, and it can't be like that for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and granted, it was a much different situation with Robbie Anderson, but this feels like the first of many for the Panthers this week. Who knows if McCaffrey is on the move now? DJ Moore also just signed a big deal. Who knows if they trade him too? The Panthers might blow this entire thing up, and there might be a few of these teams similar to the Cardinals who are, on paper very good, and then add that another piece to make them even better.
We'll talk
Is someone giving up 2 1s, though? Is someone going to give up 2 1s for Christian McCaffrey?
So that's what Schrag said. Schrag said that there's going to be multiple first-rounders to pick up Christian McCaffrey, and I don't know what the money situation is. I guess we should have looked into that. He got paid a lot of money, so maybe it's one of those, he's up for trade. Kevin Durant was up for trade.
Right.
It's you need to give us, percentage of your fucking team.
Everything.
But yeah, we'll give you that. Is that what the conversation is? Or is he? We'll talk to Sheena Quick, beat writer for the Panthers, in about 12 minutes. We got Sal Capaccio joining us in about 2 minutes. Rick Stroud of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be joining us, and Mark Caboli of Pittsburgh. So we're about to feel the beat around town. Sheena's going to be a great conversation, especially with this trade. But you're right. Who all will they be on loading, you think, over there? You know what I mean? Maybe Baker.
I mean, there's a long season to go, too. You still got to field a team and play games and try to win some games. You know,
Do you?
Wilkes wants to win some games.
Yeah.
The interim head coach sure as hell wants to win some games.
Steve might. Do you think Tepper does, though, after fucking everything he's done to try to get a quarterback? I don't know. What do they have, ones next year? Probably not. They give up a one next year?
I think they do, but I don't think they. I mean, if they don't get like a top 5 pick, it's not a situation like the Eagles where they just have a bunch of first round picks. Like, so they need to hit whoever they get, at the top.
Yeah,
of
but
the
they
draft.
also maybe get a real high draft pick.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And nobody ever wants to talk about tanking in the NFL because I was on a team where the people were saying that we were sucking for luck. I was trying to punt the ball as far as fucking possible. I had about $1 million on the line. And I think a lot of my teammates had the same exact thing. So I don't know if it's necessarily possible for Steve Wilkes and for the team to ever want to tank. I mean, honestly, unless somebody debunks that, I don't think it's possible at all because jobs and careers can only be as long, and what you put on tape is what you put on tape. But if there's a way for Tepper to figure out how to fucking get that team.
He can trade away all the players, yeah. He can do that. Easy. And you're just playing with one hand behind your back because you trade away a lot of your best players.
Yeah, Steve, we're paying all of his salary this year, too, so you have no extra cap room.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck out there. And Steve's like, I'm trying to win some fucking games for these people. Yeah, so are we. Come on. Win. I'll say his fucking left guard pretty good. Get him out of here. Let's get this guy. Is that the only way? I guess that would be the only way, and that would be
playing the long game. The owner can say, I'm playing the long game. I can't. You're thinking too short term. I'm thinking the long game.
Yeah.
They do have their first, but they only have 3 other draft picks other than that. So they could be looking for some draft capital for next season.
Look at them making some moves, dude. I would assume over there in Carolina, after what happened yesterday, somebody gives a call, like Steve Keim, and says, hey, that guy, what a rude guy.
Terrible.
So I'm disrespecting your guy. And Steve Wilkes, he knows him from Arizona. They know Steve Wilkes very well from Arizona. Steve Wilkes doesn't deserve that type of shit.
Yeah.
Let me get him off of your hands. What was he traded for? Do we know what the
No, it hasn't
exact
come out
return was? What will that be? Let's give a prediction. 3rd rounder, 4th rounder?
Oh,
6 or 7.
6th, yeah.
Oh, really? I don't know.
I thought his
Ian
contract.
said
Second,
they
maybe.
thought they were going to have to cut him. So, I mean, that just...
I thought he had a big contract, too.
So it's both. It's a 6th-round pick from this upcoming draft and a 7th-round pick for the next one, is what Zito is saying.
Yeah.
6th and a 7th. Shefty tweeted that out. Zito was just confirming in my ear. 6th and a 7th. God
It's a
damn.
safe bet by the Cardinals.
How come we are always... Who gives a fuck about draft picks? Honestly, who can? If it's not a 1st or a 2nd, and I was a 7th-round pick. Look, I was picked 222. They could have very easily done without me, though. I mean, they would have been just fine without me. The compensation update: Panthers traded Robbie Anderson to the Cardinals in exchange for a 6th-round pick in 2024 and a 7th-round pick in 2025. They can get those picks back easy. They can get a 6th-rounder in 2024, which is a year or 2 out, and a 7th-rounder in 2025. Like, no problem. They can do that with a fucking special teams guy that they have at the end of training camp. I don't understand any of it. That's how bad Carolina wanted to get him the fuck out of the building, I guess, AJ.
Yeah, and Robbie. It seems like Robbie. I'm sure is perfectly fine with this trade too. Moving on, like fresh scene, fresh team. Here we go, new start.
Yeah. His emoji game said,
Yeah, he's juiced.
thank
Let's
fucking
go.
God.